A very interesting, piece put together. India's push to modernize railway safety is unlocking a multi-thousand crore opportunity for companies tied to the Kavach automatic train protection system. Anushi is joining us with a list of key Kavach stocks that should be on your radar for the longer term.
Hi, morning, Tamanna. Thanks for that. So, as what is happening with the Kavach space is pretty interesting set of developments that we are looking. And in the last 6 months, some of the stocks, particularly in this space, have recorded stronger gains. Now, this includes the two key OEMs, that's the original equipment manufacturers there, right? HBL Engineering clocking about 86% of gains in the last 6 months, along with a Kernex microsystem, which has seen about almost a 40% of an uptick. There's a third player as well, which is Medo Services, which is in the private space. But let's discover what's Kavach exactly. It's how the role of this is particularly increasing over the period. Now, if you look at the order book positioning of both of these companies, 3,760 crore is the kind of order book it has in this particular space, with Kernex having almost a 2,000 crore size of order. But let's see what it is doing. Now, HBL Engineering is particularly interesting as it's the only player to receive approval for Kavach 4.0. But before we go to Kavach 4.0, let's understand what's Kavach. Now, this development of Kavach started in 2015, and the main aim was to reduce the accidents which were happening quite frequently before the set period. It is designed to prevent accidents by monitoring and control train speeds, as well as, this process includes laying of optical fiber cables, installation of telecom towers. Along with that, provision of Kavach is also there at stations and locomotives, as well as that we are looking at installation of trackside equipment. Now, all of these combined roles, if we are seeing, presents an 18,000 crore of an opportunity going forward for the business, for the overall sector that we are seeing. If you look at the current route coverage, that is almost at the size of 1,465 route kilometer that we are looking at in terms of Kavach deployment. Now, the government has plans, or rather bids already for trackside works for 15,000 route kilometer already invited. This is in line with the Indian Railways target coverage of 36,000 kilometer by 2030 itself, and we are looking almost a 67,000 route kilometer in longer term period as well. This also includes project for equipping 10,000 locomotives being finalized as well. So, which are some of the key players which would be in focus on the back of this and key stocks? We already spoke about HBL Engineering and Kernex Microsystem, which are the two key OEMs that we are looking at, but Quadrant Future Tech is also in the race to become another OEM as well. In fact, the company did state in its conference call that the number of OEMs would henceforth increase, with almost at 5 is what we are seeing. This is for Kavach 4.0 development that we are looking at. In fact, it has also received a 829 crore of order for supply of Kavach system in 1,200 locomotives. Along with that, RailTel is in focus. It's partnering with Quadrant Future Tech for the same role. In fact, it has awarded a order as well to Quadrant. KC International is another stock in focus as well. They are also working on about 500 track kilometers via JV, which is Kernex Micro as well. So this is the overall stocks which are in focus on the back of the Kavach development that we are looking at.
Okay. Thank you for that, Anushi. So some good insight over there coming in.